Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nur Hazika Hanani binti Mohsin. My matric number 211220601. Our assignment is about the founder movie, the beginner of McDonald's. Me and my group mate finally analyzed the 4 functions of management that using by Mr. Kroc in making McDonald's as a global brand.
Assalamualaikum and good day to our lecturer. My name is Muhammad Uzaili bin Sukafli and I'm going to start the presentation with the introduction of Ray Kroc's movie, The Founder. First of all, who is Ray Kroc? Ray Kroc, or his real name is Raymond Albert Kroc, was the salesperson for the Prince Castle Corporation. He is in the charge to sell 5-cylinder multi-mixer which can make 5 milkshakes at one time. Ray Kroc was a tenacious person because although he failed in promoting the 5-cylinder multi-mixer, he always tried to sell and promote the multi-mixer to other restaurants. Lastly, Ray Kroc also a visionary person because he believed that the 5-cylinder multi-mixer can enhance the restaurant performance and profit. Moving to the next slide, I'm going to talk about how Ray Kroc know about McDonald's. It's all happened when Ray Kroc received an order for 6 multi-mixer from a restaurant in San Bernardino. The restaurant was McDonald Hamburger, owned by the siblings Maurice McDonald and Richard McDonald. As soon as Ray Kroc reached there, he was so amazed and surprised because the line for the customer was very long and the workers were very busy. This is because the restaurant was implementing the speedy system, where they can make a hamburger within 30 seconds. Thus, Ray Kroc has come out with the idea of franchises, and he tried to convince the idea, although the sibling has implemented the idea and they fail. But with the determination of Ray Kroc, an agreement between them has been made. Lastly, I'm going to talk about Ray Kroc's achievement. With Ray Kroc's determination, he managed to open up McDonald's franchise in Des Plaines, Ohio, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. He also claimed the McDonald's franchise in Des Plaines as the #1. But there's no roses without a thorn. Ray Kroc has encountered the problem with low capital earning. But luckily, Ray Kroc met with Harry Sonneborn and became his financial advisor. With Harry Sonneborn's advice, Ray Kroc able to overcome with the problem and managed to open Franchise Realty Corporation. With their both hard work and cooperation, Ray Kroc able to open up McDonald Franchise Corporation. This McDonald Franchise Corporation has become the biggest threat for Maurice McDonald and Richard McDonald. Therefore, the sibling wants to sue Ray Kroc. But we all know that Ray Kroc was a very determined person. He managed to win over the case easily and paid the sibling for their loyalty. With that, Ray Kroc has able to get the full ownership of the McDonald and become the new McDonald owner. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Aimi binti Muhammad Safi. My matric number 211220602. Today I want to present about the planning of management function from movie The Founder. Planning is the first of the others 4 management function implemented in the management process. It has to decide in advance about what to do, when, where, how, and by whom it will be done. The first one is branding. We need to make a careful planning to maintain the branding because branding is one way for us to highlight the identity of the organization. McDonald's gotten out in one of the largest organizations for the company by designating the branding as McDonald's. This tells you the importance of branding. After Kroc bought the company from the 2 brothers, a question arose from one of them who asked why he did not continue to use the secrets of how they run the restaurant to start his restaurant. After all, they had shown him how a quick system works and a formula for cooking McDonald's hamburgers. Why did he choose to stay with their brand? Ray Kroc answered the question and said, it is not all about fast system. He may also have started his restaurant but wanna go for because there is the name of branding of McDonald's, which is strong branding. It's commands power. Therefore, we can conclude that Ray Kroc has a good planning for his organization by maintaining the McDonald's branding to keep moving forward. Next, finding the right partners. This is because we will cooperate with this partner for a long time and add value to this company. Ray Kroc wanted to find several franchise owners to open more franchises that follow its standardization, automation, and discipline guidelines to expand McDonald's further. At first, he chose a few wealthy people he knew, but he found they did not follow his input. Therefore, to preserve the organization's good name for the future, Ray Kroc has chosen middle-class individuals who are always hardworking, disciplined, ambitious to expand the business further, and willing to follow due process. This has proven that Ray Kroc's idea was very successful as the owner of the new franchise was entirely focused and ready to follow the guideline given. From this point, we can know that the way a business is conducted will determine the heritage and image of your brand. Because of that, we need to find the right partner and partner for the right reason. Last one is carefully negotiating contracts. Negotiation is a discussion used to resolve a dispute and reach an agreement between two or more parties. In the beginning, Ray Kroc had agreed to a complex contract that stipulated that all business decisions must go through McDonald's brothers. Next, Ray Kroc suggested making a handshake agreement rather than a written agreement to provide 1% of McDonald's income to the McDonald's brothers. The film has proven the McDonald's brothers are strictly prohibited from using their family's name on their restaurant signboard or logos. They were unable to ratify any handshake agreement and were thus denied any royalties from the McDonald's Corporation. In conclusion, we need to act wisely in negotiating contracts so that there are no conflicting tastes between the two parties in the organization.
Organizing is to distribute the resources and delegate tasks to personnel to achieve the goal established to planning stage. Organizing also not just about giving tasks fairly or efficiently, but more to make sure every employee know how to do their task or duty. And that should be explained and ensure every employee understand their task or duty so that can avoid every error happen. And all the tasks must be designed based on their own ability. Make hamburger as fast as can. Based on the story, that what we can see is Dick and Meg want to make hamburger as fast as can. At the first place, Mr. Crow was very shocked that the brothers can make hamburger less than 1 minute, while other hamburger restaurants need at least 30 minutes to serve hamburger. And second, franchise potential. Mr. Crow saw franchise potential to McDonald's and further. Mr. Crow also convinced the brothers to open a franchise to other country or other city. Third, speedy system. Dick and Meg create the original idea of speedy system by making food to be more productive. They also set up the kitchen by creating a speedy system. Fourth, report any progress. Mr. Crow need to report every progress with the brothers, even with tiny changes. And last, make decision. Mr. Crow became more brave to make a change to McDonald's without the brothers' consent. The first change was change ice cream to instant milkshake. But Mr. Crow also gave a royalty to the brothers, but with condition. The condition was the brothers have no right with McDonald's anymore.
Hello, my name is Raja Nurul Shazira binti Raja Aris. Today, I am going to present about leadership in movie The Founder. Leaders is someone who can influence other people and who has the most managerial authority. Why? The definition of leadership is what leader do is a process of leading a group and influencing that group to achieve its goal. When somebody asks you, what do you know about leadership? You will automatically list of qualities that you admire in leader, such as charisma, intelligence, decisiveness, bravery, and so on. The theory of leadership traits in a nutshell is the search of characteristics or traits that distinguish leaders from non-leaders. In this movie, we can learn a lot of management function of leadership. The first one is we can look at Ray Kroc. In this movie, he mentioned multiple times that the key to success is persistence. Clearly, what we can see today, his persistence is one of the reasons why McDonald's is the most successful restaurant. So, we can understand that if we want to achieve something, we need to have a vision. The second leadership of management function in this movie is we need to focus on vision and always be persistent. Ray is the person who was single-minded about achieving what he thought could be. But it's single-mindedness and persistence that cost him his merit and made Ray took an advantage from McDonald Brothers. We know that our single-mindedness and persistence is the most factors, but if we taken it too far, it can be our failure. The third leadership of management function in this movie is someone that can influence others to accept our opinion. After Ray met the McDonald Brothers, he came an idea to open another franchise in another country, but the McDonald Brothers aesthetic. Ray persists the McDonald's brothers and eventually convinced the McDonald Brothers. They agreed to let him franchise the model in other country, but in under the strict guideline. So here we can take this lesson that we as leaders sometimes need to hear what ideas come from the employees because it can help to grow our business.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Eliana binti Anwar. My matrix number is 211220613. Today, I will present about controlling. Controlling is the management function that involves monitoring activities to ensure that they are being accomplished as planned and correcting any significant deviation. There are three controlling in the movie The Founder, such as control employer staff, control quality of food and drink, and control cleanliness. Firstly, they can control employer staff. They can organize their kitchen to be more safer and more practical. They also able to further speed up employer movement. Secondly, they need control quality of their food and drink. They need to keep the quality of their food from fluctuating. They also to avoid customer waiting for too long. Lastly, they need control their cleanliness. This is because they need to avoid accident in the kitchen. They also need to prevent the occurrence of impurities so as to bring down the reputation of the restaurant.
Assalamualaikum to the lecturer. Firstly, I will introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Akil Daniel bin Farif Aswandi from class 21C. My matric number is 211220576. Today, I will conclude about the most challenging managerial function that's played based on the movie The Founder. This movie is telling us the hustler salesman Ray Kroc is selling the milkshake turned to brother Dick and Mac small entry into the world's biggest restaurant business. McDonald Brothers had invented the speedy system, a process to deliver food in seconds, but did not develop business beyond their one restaurant. They did not develop their business because they are worried about the quality control if they open the other McDonald restaurant. The function of management is planning, organizing, leadership and controlling. The most difficult function of management that play in the movie is controlling. Controlling is management function that monitor activities to make sure that they accomplish and plan and correct any significant deviation. Ray Kroc is the character who play the character of controlling function. Ray Kroc want to make McDonald's to become the franchise. He want to open the McDonald's franchise in every area of America. So he searched for the rich man to invest into his business. They are agreed to join and make one franchise. But after they make the franchise, Ray Kroc see the problem that they did not protect the quality control of McDonald's. It showed that it's not easy to controlling the franchise that he making. Thank you.